This is our master bath. It has a big triangular tub there, dual flush toilets, and each of these fixtures that emanate hot water are roughed in with a circulating loop, a warm water circulating loop, which I really think should have been, or should be, a national standard for plumbing nowadays. What happens if you turn this warm water on, within 3 seconds the warm water is there. You do not wait at any fixture to just let water run down the drain because you need warm water.
So what kind of loop is that?
It's instead of plumbing in the water lines at a branch system where you have a branch like this, and then they go to the fixtures, taken off from that branch, which of course saves pipe. What you do, you make a circular main line that travels as close as possible to each fixture and branch off from that. And there's a small pump, like a gallon and a half a minute or something like that, that just pushes that water through there. Thermostat operated little pump. Then when you insulate those warm waters, you make that pump go whenever it's needed. It maintains, or rather expands, the boiler that you have, or hot water tank, in volume, but it puts it right close to each fixture. If I make myself clear there.
And is the main benefit that you see in that you're conserving water, or that you're using less energy? Because it seems like you would be using more energy.
No, because the water loop is really, if you insulate it, it's really just an extension of your water tank, but then in a pipe.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have warm water in your water tank and warm water in your water pipe, but it's insulated, you don't lose a lot of it. If you do, then that little pump that is in that pipe will circulate it back into the tank and pick up some more heat and keep it warm. But for me, water was more important than energy. Water, you cannot live without water. You can certainly live without energy. People have done it for centuries. I'm sorry, let's see, go back to this one. Oops. This is a very simplistic design of the eroder that I was talking about. This is a south-facing wall that continuously gets that sun into that box, and it's done. The cap is out of plexiglass. Consists out of 2 tapered-shaped laundry sinks, really. The top one has holes in it, and the bottom one has an irrigation system connected to it. And this irrigation system puts grey water underneath a foot of topsoil, which is piled on top of it right here, and makes it go to pretty much to the top of this trough. Underneath it you have about 2 inches of sand, and then there is gravel underneath there. This box here is designed to, just basically boulders. It's designed to take care of, let's say, my wife and my teenage daughter at the same time let the bathtub out. And all of a sudden you have to deal with 100 gallons of water in a few minutes. What happens then is this irrigation system is just too slow. And it will go into this overflow pipe right here and puts it directly into this space here where the rocks are. And what happens with this grey water that isn't being used by these plants, it travels down to the sloping floor, and as I already said before, I think it goes into these 55-gallon drums and then gets reused for water, for toilet flushing, and then it goes to the septic field. Here, this is what it looks like when it's finished. This is of course a little deck just placed over the top of that rock mass. Another same picture. There's a water feature here. It's basically a trough with water in there, and you put fish in there of all kinds of things that you would have in a terrarium maybe. And this is a little waterfall that drips down from a box along this wall and helps cool this thing down in the summertime. Basically like a swamp cooler, really. still the first subject, desk marketability, okay. The latest alternative systems, exceptional curb appeal, independence from rising energy costs, independence from blackouts and brownouts, element harvesting capacity of the house, promotes a connection with the environment, and that's certainly true. That whole greenhouse just makes you feel like you're living outdoor, and it makes you respect the little ecosystem that you have right there in your house. Marketability, which is a new thing really in this whole field. Marketability is financing opportunities, because people are just flabbergasted with it. Even appraisers, professional appraisers, they come into the house and they don't believe what they see, and then if they go down to their requirements, what is required for a bank loan, they see it meets all the requirements. High-tech gear, you see? High-tech gear stands up to the rugged Montana climate, that's for sure. That's Bo, my dog. He's a silly guy.
Is the roof made of aluminum?
It's no, it's steel.
Steel?
Actually, steel. Yeah, steel. Galvanized steel with a coat of paint actually on it. Even solar panels can be beautiful, don't you think? That's a nice picture.
Is that dust that you can see on the solar panel? In that last shot?
I don't know.
Have you ever heard of super hydrophobic coatings that they're experimenting with, putting on these so like the water will sheet off and actually wipe that dust away? They make these little spires, like micro spires on the surface, so the surface tension actually holds the water above the surface and never actually contacts it.
You know, I have to admit, I'm not totally up to the newest developments. I mean, I could be reading all day, really. There's so much out there, and there's so much new technology coming out, and people are just into this thing. It's
The great part about that is that you can actually coat existing panels. Just spray a film on there that will evaporate the substance onto there.
Oh,
and then
sure.
kind of like retrofit it.
Right.
It's kind of like
Well,
a Rain-X, you know, for your
Oh, yeah.
cars for the winter.
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's
I'm going to look into this, but
That's cool.
we right there have an enormous amount of wind all the time. It's being almost sandblasting wind from quite often, and it just blows anything off of there. Yeah. This is the electrical room. We're still working on it, but these are the DC, AC connector boxes and controllers for the PV panels and windmill. But what happens here, and you'll see another picture here just on the next one, but we're ending up with a normal household panel, so that everything beyond this electrical room is normal household appliances. Everything is 110, even though the energy is being generated from 24-volt equipment, really. Here you see the picture of the other room. We have 24 gel batteries, and have no outgassing, which is perfect for residential use. There's no ventilation necessary. 20-year guaranteed. This particular system is 7 kW system, and
It's Outback,
double.
isn't it?
Excuse me.
You guys are using Outback?
Yes,
looks like,
we used Outback, but the company that actually makes these in a neat unit is called Planetary Systems, and they live close to us. And we use them a lot.